Yes, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Football with Ends. These are my 4 reasons on why I think Liverpool are going to win the Premier League. So make sure you guys stick around to hear those 4 reasons. But first, guys, if you're here and you really enjoy the content, please drop a like. And also, if you're here and you're feeling to subscribe, it's free. Drop a click and make sure you turn on those notification bell. But without further ado, let's get to it. My 4 reasons on why I think Liverpool will win the Premier League. Arne Slot's master plan. So there's a couple of reasons there. You've got distance and distance covered. So what I mean by that, right? It's under Jurgen Klopp, we were, a high pressing team, a high, running team. We were always up there in terms of sprints, distance covered. When we was under Jurgen Klopp, we were playing that rock and roll style football. But currently on the Arne Slot, we're sitting 20th per 90. We're sitting 20th per 90 for distance covered. So we're running way less than where we were under Jurgen Klopp. We were top, if not, I think the worst place I saw us was second. Arsenal was sitting around 3rd, just to kind of give you the perspective of that. And we're sitting around 20.
He ain't lying.
So that for me means we are running less. So that means we're saving a lot more energy. We're letting the ball do a lot more of the work for us. And then we will just pick teams apart. And then it comes to, the back end of the season, which is where we are now. That will have a massive part to play as well. Goals scored, we're scoring a hell of a lot more goals. We've scored 56 so far in the Premier League. We're first in terms of goal scores. XG, so expected goals, we're first as well. So we are, expected to score in all the games that we play in.
You're a smart motherfucker. That's right.
And me, I'm not a guy of the XGs and all these kind of things, but just to kind of just look into these stats on the reasons why we're sitting where we're sitting. And then you look at goals conceded. We've conceded 21 so far in the Premier League, and we sit first in goals conceded. So we're conceding less, we're scoring more, and we're expected to do that, and we're running less as well. So those 4. You got that combination there. So we're being very efficient in front of goals. And I did see also the stat of, our shots on target, and we're sitting first for shots on target as well. So, just a combination of all these stats. We're running less, means fewer injuries. We're scoring more goals. We're expected to score more goals because of the way we're playing, because we're waiting for those right moments. And also we're looking a lot better defensively. So we're conceding less. This means we'll have a fitter team for the last few months in the running. So when I look at the, in terms of injuries, we've had Curtis Jones that's picked up a knock recently, but come back really quickly. And it was a groin, I think it was against PSV, where someone kind of landed on his leg and he was out for a couple of days. Then he wasn't well, so he missed the Plymouth game. You have Ibu as well. I know, obviously, he kind of rushed himself back based on his own words. But you look at him and go, yeah, he's just, he's not bad where he was out for a long period like he's been under Jurgen Klopp. So he's even come back as well because he's running less. Federico, I know you guys are going to laugh at this point, and I get it. But obviously it was more of a fitness issue, not having a preseason. So trying to build up to the Premier League and the demands of the Premier League took him a bit of time. Then he ended up picking up little colds and flus that kept him out a bit longer.
Really?
As well. But even Trent as well, he only recently got injured, but because he's running less, because he's asked to do a bit less, the muscle groups are not getting as strenuous, so he's coming back a lot quicker, and as soon as they feel something, they're making sure they stop. Alisson as well, it didn't take him too long, to be fair, to get back in as well. And then he was back early, but they decided to take that extra time to make sure he's 100% and up to, that speed. And that's why we're sitting, top of the Champions League in the last round of 16. And that's why we're sitting, at the top of the Premier League, because of all those, combination of those stats, letting the ball do the work, as such, most coaches will tell you, let the ball do the work, and Arne Slot is coming with a great plan. Just let the ball move around the pitch and we'll just take our time. We'll sprint less and we'll sprint when we need to. We'll drop back in our shape, as quickly as possible and allow the other teams to exert a lot more energy because they're the ones chasing the football around the football pitch. And then when you have, players like Mohamed Salah scoring the goals he's scoring and assisting, you know, combined with we're not running as much, combined with the amount of goals we've scored, combined with we're not conceding as many goals, you know, and like with the expected goals as well. He's a massive factor to this, you know. And obviously I can mention like Cody Gakpo and stuff like that. He's stepped up, you know, and helping the team as well. You know, Jota and Nunes, they've done bit parts as well. Crystal Palace, you know, you say Jota won us that game. Brentford, you'd say Nunes won us that game. And then Diaz, you know, doing his a bit of work in the Champions League as well. So contributing to, you know, obviously letting us finish top of that Champions League group. And also, you know, in the round of 16. So we're now not having to play these games that Man City and Real Madrid's are, you know, the extra games that they're going to have to play. So then when we come into the, you know, these run-ins, we've got obviously Everton today, you know, we're hoping for that win. But when you're looking at the Wolves, Aston Villa, Man City and Newcastle, these are the moments now the boys can actually, you know, do a bit more. There's extra in the legs. And these are going to be the fine margin games where it could be a last-minute goal. It could be we spend 20 minutes really, you know, dominating the possession and dominating the game and creating chances. And then we can then relax because we've scored those goals, because we've put, you know, those, you know, chances in the back of the net. Now we can relax. And then if we have to go toe to toe for 90 minutes, because we've run so less, or we've run the least in the Premier League, we can then use those extra, you know, bit that we've got in the tank to really put these teams through the sword. So it should be an interesting, but those are the, you know, the 4 reasons why I think. And then that's why you're in the, you know, the League Cup final, because we've been able to rotate, because we've taken our time with the players and not rush them back and make sure they're physically ready for the demand of what the manager needs. And it's a beautiful thing to watch at the moment, because last season we had so many injuries, so many key injuries for a long period of time. And, you know, when you're missing 12 to 13 first team players at one point, you could even say at least maybe 8 out of the 11 that would naturally start was out. And that's why we had to, you know, use the kids, because we were sprinting, we was playing that gung-ho football, and, you know, we're chasing everything, the high pressing throughout 90 minutes. Yes, it can work, but it can only work for so long. One thing that doesn't get tired on a football pitch, and that's the football. It never gets tired. So you let that be your, you know, be your legs. Use it. Move the ball around.
He ain't lying.
And you'll get more opportunities and you'll tire more teams out. So sitting currently, we're top of the Premier League. We play Everton today. Fingers crossed we get that win. We go 9 points clear. Top of the Champions League in around the 16, and we're in the Carabao Cup final. It should be a great season, man. This could be a treble winning season in that sense, you know. But I will take the Premier League. I'll take a Champions League. I'll take the big trophies. And yes, we're in the final, so I want to win it as well. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, man, because those are my 4 reasons on why I think. But what's your reasons on why you think Liverpool can go and really win this Premier League? Let me know if there's anything I missed and you guys would love me to cover. It'll be interesting to see what your guys' thoughts are. But listen, up the Reds, man. We're top of the Premier League, top in the Champions League, in a final of the Carabao Cup, and we've got some world-class players up, at our football club. And hopefully today we're talking about another win that will put us 9 points clear, and then we can all celebrate later on. But guys, go and enjoy the rest of your amazing day.